In just 2 days, lawmakers in the House plan to vote on a Republican immigration bill. The vote will come on the same day that pandemic-era border restrictions are set to expire. Tom Dempsey is live with a closer look at that plan. Good morning, Tom. This differs from the plan that was put forth in the Senate.
Yeah, that's right, Mitch. This morning brings a new sense of urgency as lawmakers try to find, any sort of last-minute, solution to the end of Title 42 coming up this Thursday. House Republicans have already come out saying that they're going to vote on a big immigration plan this upcoming Thursday, but President Biden has already come out saying that if that ends up on his desk, he'll veto it. So again, Republicans are trying to address the situation along the border. And with this massive immigration plan, they're still gathering support, but it calls for a number of things, including resuming construction of the border wall, putting new restrictions on asylum seekers, and boosting requirements for electronically verifying the immigration status for people working in the United States. It would also require migrants trying to cross the border to stay in Mexico until their immigration court hearing. This plan faces very steep odds, though, of passing in the Senate, but House Majority Leader Steve Scalise saying, quote, "We're going to act. We're not going to sit on the sidelines while this crisis is already out of control. It's going to get much worse. President Biden, with the stroke of a pen, could solve this problem right now. He doesn't want to, but the White House accused Republicans of playing political games." Take a listen.
What we're seeing from Republican officials, what we're seeing from Congress, Republicans in Congress, is they want to play politics. That's what they want to do. They want to play politics and actually not deal with an issue that has challenged us for decades. This is nothing new, but it has challenged us for decades. And so the president is doing everything that he can in his power, but he needs Congress to act.
Now, Mitch, in the meantime, again, with Title 42, the end of it looming this upcoming Thursday, President Joe Biden has ordered 1,500 troops to head to the southern border to help with things like data entry and administrative tasks. Those troops, though, will not be interacting with migrants as they cross the border. Mitch?
Tom, what other plans might Congress consider?
Yeah, well, you mentioned the Senate plan earlier. That's being worked on by independent Senator Kyrsten Sinema as well as Senator Tom Tillis, a Republican. So, both sides and, an independent trying to work together to try and find some sort of compromise plan in the Senate. Among other things, that would give President Joe Biden an extra 2 years to expel migrants at the border, somewhat similar to Title 42. But that Senate plan is much more, the much longer timeline we're looking at right now as far as passage compared to the House plan. But that plan being worked on in the Senate right now, Mitch.
The clock is ticking. Tom Dempsey, thank you for that update. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation in your cable lineup. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-based, unbiased coverage.